Hello my dear children. Today we will be continuing the chapter skeletal system, and the first topic we are going to discuss is about joints. You know children, even though the skeleton gives the body a shape and a framework, it also provides movements. How is the movement possible in the skeletal system? The skeleton is not made up of straight long bones. There are small bonds joined together in some parts, which makes flexibility to different parts. So, the flexibility provided by the body is due to the joints present in the skeleton. So, what are joints? A joint is the meeting place of two bonds. Okay, where two bonds meet is called a joint. And there are different types of joints. They are movable joints and immovable joints. You know, there are 22 bonds present in the skull, we already learned. And all these joints present in the skull are immovable. That means except the lower jaw bone, all other bones are joined. But the joints in other parts of the body gives flexibility. As a result, different parts of our body will be moving. For example, we will be able to work, we will be able to wave our hand, we will be able to walk, all because of the joints present in the body. And there are different types of joints present in our body. We will be discussing about different joints in our body. They are hinge joint, pivot joint, ball and socket joint, gliding joint and saddle joint. First let us see about hinge joint. This type of joint is present in the knees and elbows. Elbow, you know, this is the elbow and there is knee in the leg. Okay. And this type of joints provide only one side movements, just like a hinge. This is the hinge of a door. And it provides only one way movement. Okay, just like this. The hinge joints only provide one way movement. We will be folding and opening the just like this. Okay, this is the movement provided by a hinge joint. Normally the hinge joints present in the knee and elbow, and the joints meet where in the fingers. The next joint is the pivot joint. Pivot joint is the joint present in the neck. The backbone connects with the skull with the help of a joint present here just below two vertebrae in the from the upward direction in the skeleton. So it is known as the pivot joint. The pivot joint provides roundwise, not full roundwise, left, right, up and down, sideways movements of the neck. Okay, so such a type of joint is known as pivot joint. Okay, the next joint is the ball and socket joint. What is a ball and socket joint? Children, you will be able to rotate your arm. You will be able to rotate your arm. Also, you will be able to rotate your legs. The rotation of arms and legs due to a kind of joint present in the shoulder bone and in the hip bone. Okay, shoulder bone means where the arms joined with the shoulder is the shoulder bone, and where the legs joined with the body is the hip bone. Okay, so let us see how a ball and socket joint work. Okay, and the shoulder bone has a depression just like a saucer. Okay, and the long bone, humerus or femur, has a rounded end just like this. Okay, so let's see how the ball just rotates in a socket. This saucer acts as a socket. So, this ball will be rotating in the socket. Okay, this is how a ball and socket joint works. Okay, so the rounded end of the humerus or the rounded end of the femur will be rotating upon the depression present in the shoulder bone or hip bone, so that it provides rotating movements. Full rotating movements will be allowed in the ball and socket joint. The next joint is the gliding joints. Gliding joints provide flexibility to some parts. For example, the wrist will be flexible. Okay, the wrist and the backbone, where two vertebrae meet, there is such type of joints. So this joints allows bending, straightening, sideways, what ways we can move our body. So this is possible because of the joints present in the backbone. So such joints present in the backbone and wrist will allow the flexible movements in body. Such joints are called gliding joints. And the last joint is the saddle joint. The saddle joint is present in the thumb. Okay, the thumb is able to move in different directions because of the presence of saddle movement. It will not give just like arms will be giving, but another type of movements, it will provide movements in all directions so that we can manipulate things with the help of these thumbs. So such a joint is known as saddle joint. So what are the different types of joints? The different types of joints are hinge joints, pivot joint, ball and socket joint, gliding joint and saddle joints.